Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make the Beatles yellow submarine. Now, this might seem like a strange one even for me, but I've gotten a lot of requests to make this. This is the famous Submarine. There's a song based after it. There's a whole Lego set and even a mod pack. So I am hoping that you guys at least know a little bit about this thing, and I hope that you enjoy it. If you do, please do remember to hit that like button, and if you do actually make it, please share it with a friend. I bet that they'd love to make it as well. But without any further ado, let's get started. So before we begin, I can tell you that we will require every single one of the materials that I have in both my hotbar and inventory, and hopefully not too many more. I do hope that I haven't forgotten any, but it has been known. But we will need, and I'm going to read them out because they're kind of like weird materials: yellow terracotta, yellow concrete, red concrete, magenta concrete, blue concrete, white terracotta, red stained glass pane, orange concrete, and white concrete. And I'm sure that you can figure out what the rest are in the inventory. Please do make sure that you have all of these, pause the video if necessary, and then once you do have them all, we may begin. So, the yellow submarine will require a 36 block by a 9 block area to make. The submarine is 36 blocks long, and it is 9 blocks wide, but we're building it long ways. And if you like, you can make this grid in your world to help better suit you to make it. And if you do make the grid in your world, you're going to want to start on the front left hand corner of it and count to the right by 1, 2, 3. We're then going to count inwards by 1, 2. That way, if you've made the grid, we're both starting in the same position. That's the only reason we do that. Begin by placing a yellow concrete and then 2 to the right. 1, 2. Then place 3 yellow terracotta. 1, 2, 3. Then place 4 yellow concrete going right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 terracotta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 yellow concrete. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then a red concrete. So in total, we should have a row that should look exactly like this. What we then want to do is we want to come all the way back to the start, and we want to place a yellow concrete on top of the starting block and extend that yellow concrete towards us by 1, like that. I then want you to copy the row below you, and I want you to place basically the row below you, 1 row above, and 1 row towards you in relation to the starting row. So all we're doing is we're copying the row that we do have below us. It shouldn't be too difficult to do because it is only 1 block away essentially, and once you've done that, you should end up with something that should look exactly like this. And I did literally mean just copy it. Then I want you to come all the way back to the starting point, and I want you to take the very first yellow concrete block here, and I want you to place a yellow block on top of it, and then 1 towards you. And then going right of this block, I want us to once again copy that row. So I do mean copy it, you just want to copy exactly what you have down below. And this isn't going to be the entire tutorial, ladies and gentlemen, it's not completely copying. We are going to differentiate very, very soon. However, to do the opposite side of the submarine, we will be doing some copying, but that'll come a little bit later. But as you can see, we have essentially taken the exact same row, and we now have it 3 times, just in varying degrees of altitude. So once you have done that, I want you to take I want you to take this row of 3 yellow terracotta that we have right here, and I want you to add 2 rows on top of it. So that's going to be like 1 and 2. I want you to go right of the second row, and I want you to place 5 yellow concrete going right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I want you to place a red stained glass pane, and then a yellow concrete. Glass pane, concrete, glass pane, and then 2 yellow concrete. So that will be 1, 2. I then want you to place a row of 4 red concrete going right. So that'll look like 1, 2, 3, 4. and connect that down to the previous row, like this. You can then completely fill in all of those 2 rows, so basically the space underneath all of the glass and stuff, you can basically just fill it all in using yellow concrete, like this. I then want you to do something which is, I suppose, a bit tricky. I want you to take this red concrete right here, which is the first after we place the 2 yellow, and I want you to place a red concrete on top of it, and then I want you to extend this red concrete to the left. And I want you to extend it to the left until it surpasses the windows by 1 block, which is right there. Then I want you to fill the remainder of the row in using yellow concrete. So the row with the red concrete in it, just add yellow concrete to it and it will be done. Then, I want you to take the very left side of the row that we've probably just finished filling in, and I want you to extend this yellow concrete inwards by 1, and then up by 1. Like this. Extend the yellow concrete to the right by 3. 1, 2, 3. Place yourself a red glass pane, and then a yellow concrete. And then glass, and then concrete, and then glass, and then 2 red concrete. 1, 2. I want you to stop for a moment and place a red concrete on top of the first red concrete that we just placed there. I want you to then continue going right of the second red concrete and place 7 white terracotta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Place 2 red concrete, 1, 2. Extend that second red concrete up, right. Place a yellow to the right of it. Go down from it, left. Like this. I want you to fill in the empty space in between these 2 rows of red using white terracotta, like this. And I want you to continue going left of this red terracotta, or red concrete as it is, and I want you to place a row of entirely red concrete moving inwards, just like that. Should be fairly simple. Okay, now I want you to do 2 things. I want you to place inside of this row of red concrete here on the end, I want you to place a red concrete coming inwards, and then up, like that. Then I want you to come to the opposite end, and I want you to grab the yellow concrete, and I want you to extend the yellow concrete inwards and upwards. Go left of the yellow concrete by 1 using red concrete, and then join both rows together with a huge row of white terracotta, just moving from left to right. So, all in all, we will have something that should look exactly like that. And that's looking pretty impressive so far. So, once you have got that sorted out, we want to come all the way back up to here, and I want you to come all the way over to the right. So, this red concrete here, singularly between the yellow concrete and the white terracotta, I want you to count left of it and find the 3rd white terracotta. It's important. So, 1, 2, 3. Well, on top of this block, I want you to place yourself 5 white terracotta. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I then want you to extend left by, and I do want to make sure that this is right, by 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then I want you to go down by 1, left 1, and then connect down. And you should find yourself that you have connected right there. And it's quite easy to tell if that's right because it will line up with these 2 vertical red terracottas, red concretes that we have right there. It's difficult to keep swapping between terracotta and concrete. I get so confused, but hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about anyway. Okay, we have to fill this area in, and the way that we're going to do it is we're going to fill in starting from the bottom here, bottom left corner. We're going to go right and stack up some rows. So from left to right, I want you to place a red concrete, then a magenta, blue, red, blue, magenta, red, like that. And then on top of that, left to right again, I want you to place 3 magenta, 1, 2, 3, red, and then 3 magenta, 1, 2, 3. And then for the next row, left to right, once again, we're going to do a white terracotta this time, red, then we want to do 3 magenta, 1, 2, 3, red, white terracotta. And then to finish this off, we're going to come in from the left here, place 2 white terracotta, 1, actually maybe just 1 white terracotta, I do apologise, 1, and then we want to place a magenta, red, magenta, and then we can place 2 white terracotta, 1, 2. You see, that would have worked had we have not earlier went down and then left, you see, but that is what we have so far. And that looks crazy. That actually looks insane. I love how that looks so far. So now that we have done that, ladies and gentlemen, we now have to come to the opposite side, okay? So we have to come to the opposite side, and we have to take all of this base row, all of this bottom row of yellow terracotta, some yellow concrete, all that. We want to extend it across by 4 rows. So moving backwards, basically, the entire thing is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So just so you guys get the idea, we take the entire bottom of the submarine. I almost called it a boat. That's a submarine. Are submarines technically boats? Probably not, but maybe. Who knows? So we want to take the entire thing and we want to extend it across itself by 4 rows. And from this point onwards, it's going to be a lot of copying. So I hope that you guys are very comfortable with this. It shouldn't be too difficult to do whatsoever, because a lot of it's very straightforward and you should be able to, without too much trouble, just copy directly what's in front of you. I'm sure that you guys can manage it, no problem. Okay, so once you have got that sorted out, the next thing we want to do is quite simple. We come to the right side of the build, we take this right yellow concrete, we extend it 1 row upwards, 1 row towards us, and then we go left and we copy the row below us, meaning that we take every yellow concrete, every yellow terracotta, and there's only one I believe, and we take the very only red concrete and we make it the same as the previous row. So not only do we want to do that once, just as we did on the other side, that's important to remember, it's the same as the opposite side. We do that again. So we come all the way over to the right, we extend this block upwards by 1, towards us, and then we copy the previous row, just going left. And I'm going to do it slow. I could do it much, much faster than this. Not because I've made it before, not because I have plans in front of me, but because, I mean, you're just copying. So you should find this, hopefully, quite easy. Like this. So just copy it. But here is where the difficult part may present itself. So now, we still want to copy. However, we want to copy from this side. So the next 4 rows, which would be, just looking at it, I mean, you can tell this just by looking at it. The next 4 rows are going to be copies of the rows that we have in front of us. So I hope that you guys can manage to do this no problem. We're just repeating what we have already done, so I don't know whether it might help you if for some reason you can't look forward and copy, then perhaps you can, just revisit an earlier part in the tutorial. But I have a lot of faith in you guys that you should just hopefully be able to look directly forward, and as I'm doing now, I'm just looking forward directly at what we've just made, and you should just be able to copy it onto this side, like this. And if at any point you are concerned about perhaps like a location or a placement of a block, like you're not sure that it lines up properly, simply extend it from the opposite side. Literally come over, extend it, and just make sure that it is in the right position, if that makes sense. I've had to do that many times with builds in the past, but you should just be able to end up with a carbon copy of what we have over there. Now, once you have done those 4 rows, we have to extend inwards, which means that we once more want to take this right side and we want to extend it 1 row inwards using yellow concrete, then up, and then we want to extend it left, and we want to copy the next 2 rows. So those next 2 rows would indeed be you know, they're in front of us. So you just want to once more just copy what is in front of you. And it is a little bit tricky because we've got some glass pane involved, which is always difficult to place onto the side of, or at least I find so anyway. So again, as I keep saying, I mean, it's probably getting very boring now, so I'm not gonna say it anymore after this. Just copy exactly what you have in front of you, and you shouldn't run into any problems. You see, for instance, like it is easy to, you know, make a misstep as I've just done there. There we go. I just have to check the other side, make sure that last block is yellow, and it indeed is. And yeah, we can just copy along. And you only want to do 2 rows because, of course, the last row is once more 1 row inwards. But you should have something which should look exactly like that if you want to weigh yours against mine. And then the final row is going to be, once again, we're going to take this red concrete at the right, going to extend it inwards, upwards, and then copy it. So we're just going to copy it all the way over, just like this. Make sure that it is the exact same, like so. And it is. And what else do we want to copy? Well, I'm sure that you guys can imagine that we also want to have this bit on this side too. So you're going to have to copy all of the white terracotta, and you're going to have to copy all of the red concrete, the magenta, and the blue. It all must be extended over this way, and I guess I am taking this a little bit faster, but I'm sure that you guys very much so get the point by now. I'm kind of doing it block by block now. I'm kind of just getting all of the colors knocked out. Is that right? No, these have to be 1 row inwards, and yeah, that one's right though. Blue all around this one, as I can see. Some magenta concrete around it, and then once this has been done, we can join both sides of the submarine together. So we should end up, all in all, there should be an extra white terracotta there we go. All in all, we should have something which should look exactly like that, which is of course just the mirror image of what we have just made. Next, we want to, first of all, we want to seal this up at the back. So we want to seal up this upper part, we want to join it together using white terracotta, like this. So seal up the entire, I'll call that the cabin area, I don't know what it actually is. The top, we want to completely fill in using white terracotta, like this. We're just going to fill the top in with white terracotta. We want to join the submarine left to right using the same colours. So where we have these 2 rows of white terracotta, we're going to join one side to the other. And the same with the red concrete, and the same with the yellow concrete too. And if we come to the front, we want to do a similar thing. So we're going to join the white terracotta together and the singular red concretes together as well, just at the front. And we're also going to fill in just in front of the, I'll call it the cabin once again, I'll just call it the cabin, why not? And we will end up with something that should look exactly like that, which looks like a very weird alien musical instrument at the moment, but that's what we want. Okay, next part is this. We want to, at the top front of the cabin, we want to locate the 3 middle blocks, and we want to, at the bottom of it, and we want to place 5 rows of white terracotta coming outwards from them. So this will be 1 row, 2, 3, 4, 5. And extend the first row upwards, like that. And then take the middle and extend it 1 towards you, and the middle and up towards you as well, or just up rather. So far we have this. I want to do the front of the submarine, which I'm going to call the nose, just because it makes sense. And I want you to grab the yellow concrete this time. And I want us to start off by taking these yellow concretes here that we have at the base of the submarine, these blocks here, and I want you to place a yellow concrete in front of them and join them together at the bottom, like that. I want you to take these yellow concretes that are above and outward from them, and I want you to extend them 1 block towards you. I want you to take those yellow concretes and extend them upwards until they are as high as this. As that. And then I want you to place a yellow concrete in front of this adjoining red concrete here and this one, and I want you to extend those blocks downwards like that. And I also want you to join them together in the middle, like so. And that is perfect. So now, all we want to do is we want to fill in the lower half of the space here with yellow concrete. So one row outwards towards you, you want to place a row of yellow concrete that just comfortably sits in this rectangular space that we have at the base of the nose of the submarine. So just like this. I then want you to take the middle 3 blocks and extend them upwards by 2. So 1, 2. And then extend those towards you by a row. So those last 2 rows that you just placed, extend them towards you, and then extend them 1 row down also. So we will end up with something that should look exactly like that, and that is what the front of the submarine should look like. Let's talk about the top of the submarine. So the top of the submarine is a little bit wacky, and first of all, we're going to need nether brick fence for this. And we want to place a row of nether brick fence that goes all around the left side of the submarine, the right side, and the front, but not the back. It doesn't want to be on the back, although you could join it together on the back. It's just that it doesn't seem to be on there on the, the actual yellow submarine itself. What I then want you to do is I want you to take the very middle. Well, I guess there isn't strictly a middle. So if we start on the left side here, at the front middle block, this should be easy to find. This block right here, like lines up with the nose and everything, this block. I want you to count into the right by 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. This is where we're going to start by placing 6 orange concrete. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that. I want you to place in front of this a row of 5 yellow concrete. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with a red concrete coming outwards. And I want you to do the same on the opposite side. So starting from the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, red concrete coming outwards. On the back of this, I want you to make a row of orange concrete that is the same height as the row of orange that we have in the middle. So on the back, same height. And then extend it 1 row out of the back using white concrete, that's important, and then a red, like that. And on the front, I want you to take the middle, and I want you to place a row of orange concrete that is 1 row higher than all of it. And I want you to take that row, and I want you to place a white concrete in front with a red concrete in front of that. And then I think we might even place, instead of in the middle, I might have a yellow concrete instead of an orange, just so that it contrasts better. That actually looks a bit better, right? So far, this is such an insane build. So far, we have something which should look exactly like that. So hopefully that is fairly simple to comprehend, and you guys will have made that without too much trouble. Now, let's come to the back of the submarine where the real fun starts. This is some crazy stuff. So, I want you to place a yellow concrete in this position right here on the back. So, a yellow concrete right in this position. And I want you to extend that yellow concrete 1 row towards you. And then I want you to extend the yellow concrete to the right by 1, 2, 3, 4. Like that. And then up 1, right 1. And then up by 1, 2, 3. And then left 1, up by 2, 1, 2. Left by 1, 2, 3, 4, down by 1, and then 2, go left by 1, and then go down by 1, 2, 3, like that. And I want you to destroy the blocks that are connected together in the middle, like that. So I kind of want this sort of shape right here. Add another row of yellow concrete to this, moving outwards, like this. And then I want you to use yellow terracotta. And I want you to take the entire top part here and place 2 rows of yellow terracotta moving backwards from this. So like 1 row of yellow terracotta and then 2 rows of yellow terracotta. The rest wants to be yellow concrete. So you want to take all of the yellow concrete and extend it towards you by 2 rows, just as you did with the yellow terracotta, but it's yellow concrete, like that. Okay, now I want you to take the upper part of this, where we have the yellow terracotta, add 2 more rows of yellow concrete, so this will be, this is coming back still like 1, and then this will be 2, like that. I want you to then extend that row of yellow concrete down by 1 row, like this, and then outwards by 1 row on either side, like this, so we're joining it to the rest of the submarine. We then want to extend that 1 row downwards again, so we want to take those blocks and we want to extend them 1 row down. And then we want to take the very bottom of the submarine, this row right here, and we want to extend it 1 row towards us, that row in particular. And then we want to extend this row upwards by 1, and then this will be 2 as well. So we should have something which should look like that so far. Join the entire top bit together, left to right. Does that look like a Mario mushroom, kind of? But it's yellow? I can't be the only one that sees that. So we just want to join that all together using yellow concrete, like this. So you can kind of get a vibe for the shape that we have. We then want to take this bottom section here, and you want to take the very center block in this bottom section. It should be too easy to find. And you want to place a yellow concrete block coming out of it, left of it, right of it, 1 row towards you, red concrete towards you, red concrete on top and down, and the bottom red concrete towards you, the top one towards you. So we want to have something which should look like this. Okay, next thing we want to do is we want to, with the yellow concrete, we want to take this block right here. It should be quite easy to find. I'm sure you'll get it. Place a yellow concrete coming out from this and extend the yellow concrete upwards by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then extend the bottom yellow concrete towards you by 3. 1, 2, 3. And the upper towards you 3 as well. 1, 2, 3. Place a yellow concrete in the bottom corner and the top corner inwards like this. And then extend the whole thing towards you by 1 row and also outwards 1 row as well. So essentially we want it to be 3 rows thick, which is the entire point of it. This is kind of like, I don't know, like the rudder or the engine, whatever you want to call it, the propeller, I don't know, whatever you want to call this thing. We will need, for this next part, we need ourselves some stone brick slabs, some quartz slabs, and some quartz stairs. We want to place stone brick slabs in these 2 positions. This position right here, and then half a row above it, like that. And we want to place quartz slabs coming outwards from these, join them together in the middle, and also extend them down and up, like this. So I'm sure that you guys get that. I mean, actually, it even wants to be a little bit higher in that the quartz wants to be in that position. And then you see, if you take a look from it from the side, it'll be obvious why. Like, it's got a half row here, half row there. And we want to extend those quartz slabs blocks towards us by 1, the bottom and the top. Place upside down and regular facing quartz stairs to create a C shape. And then take the edges of the stairs and extend them 1 row towards you by an additional row. I know that it's kind of crazy, right? But that is the shape that we want. And we've almost finished. We've only got one last thing left to do. We want to come all the way up to here. The back of the propeller, the rotor, the thing that I don't even know what to give, what name to give it. I want to take the bottom of it and I want to extend it inwards by 2 rows. 1, 2. Take the first row, add another row on top of it. Then take the middle and place a yellow concrete block here and here. And that will give us something that from the side should look exactly like this. And that, ladies and gentlemen, oh wow, that is the yellow submarine complete. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you have, please do remember to hit that like button, as it really does help me and the channel out a ton. If you have enjoyed it enough to actually make it, then please share it with a friend. I'd really appreciate that. And if you would like to check out any more of the content on my channel coming up in the future, subscribe and click the little bell next to the subscription button. And of course, if you do want to make anything else by me right now, check out the card system and the description below. There's not loads of stuff on this channel yet, but there is going to be, so it's worth checking out. Card system and the description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate you so much, every single one of you. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!